안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Thursday's edition of The Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects, with today's focus on K-entertainment, K-diplomacy, K-sports, and more. And we're going to do all of that together with my co-host Walter Lee. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa. And no, I'm not Bella today. The beautiful Bella is taking the week off, so I'm going to be filling in for her the rest of this week. So with you, I've got so much entertainment news to give you, so I can't wait to get into that.
Right, but today we have some exciting as well as sad news in the world of K-entertainment. Let's start off, Walter, our first story is about some of the songs that really had a big presence on the Billboard charts this year.
Yes, you might even be able to guess them from the reports that we've talked about this year. In Billboard's US year-end single and album charts, Blackpink's Rosé's Apart and K-pop Demon Hunter's original soundtrack, along with several other major K-pop releases, made an impressive impact. Now, apart from Rosé's collaboration with Bruno Mars, secured the #1 position on the year-end Global 200, and it also proved its widespread appeal by landing at #9 on the year-end Hot 100 charts. Now, the K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack was another strong performer, with 7 tracks charting on the Hot 100, including Golden, Your Idol, and also Soda Pop. Now, in the year-end top artist category, Huntrix, the virtual girl group from K-pop Demon Hunters, appeared alongside people like Rosé, Stray Kids, and also BTS's Jimin.
Well, when I think about this year, I just can't help but think of course, Apart and Golden. Now, speaking of Golden, though, and K-pop Demon Hunters, director Maggie Kang is receiving a very special recognition.
Yes, she is indeed. So Maggie Kang, director of the Netflix animated feature K-pop Demon Hunters, has received the Okwon Order of Cultural Merit at the 2025 Korea Content Awards. Now, she has been recognized for her directing and what has become the most popular animated film and also the most watched in Netflix's history, and also for her contribution to the global spread of K-culture, K-pop, and related industries as well. Now, at the ceremony on Wednesday, organized by the Ministry of Culture and Sports and Tourism, together with the Korea Creative Content Agency, government commendations and certificates were presented to 24 individuals, one of which obviously being Kang, who have advanced the content industry, along with 15 works selected as outstanding achievements.
She must be very busy these days, going back and forth from the US and to Korea, receiving all of these recognitions and also making so many appearances at many big events as well.
Indeed.
Now, Walter, lastly, sadly, a legendary Korean actress has passed away. Please tell us more.
Yes, so veteran actress Kim Ji-mi has died at the age of 85. Reports came in on late Wednesday that Kim passed away in Los Angeles on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. local time. Her family is currently coordinating arrangements for a funeral appropriate for someone of her stature in the film industry. Now, Kim was included into the Korean Hall of Fame in 2010 and was awarded the Silver Crown Order of Cultural Merit at the 7th Korean Popular Culture and Arts Awards in 2016. Now, after the 1980s, she founded Jimmy Film and became active as a film producer as well as a film planner. In the 1990s, she served on the Korean Film Council and later chaired the Film Actors Association, remaining a prominent and respected figure in the Korean film world.
Thank you for those news, the updates, Walter, and stick around.
Will do.
And now let's turn to our AI anchor, Arang, for more on the culture front. Arang?
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. South Korea is preparing for the adoption of a declaration at the 48th UNESCO World Heritage Committee meeting set to be held in Busan next year. Preparations are being made under the theme Peace, Reconciliation, and Cooperation. This marks Korea's first time hosting such an event since joining the World Heritage Convention in 1988. During a press briefing, Korea Heritage Service Chief Min said that the government will seize the opportunity and use the event as a platform to spotlight K-heritage on the global stage. He also confirmed Seoul's intention to invite North Korea, with strong support from the UNESCO Director General, but said Pyongyang has yet to respond. Taekwondo institutions and related groups are seeking to have Korea's national martial art inscribed on UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List. The Taekwondo Promotion Foundation, Kulture, and the Korea Taekwondo Association signed an agreement to jointly apply for the Korea Heritage Services nomination process for the next round of UNESCO's Intangible Heritage listings. Under the partnership, the organizations will work together to meet submission requirements and conduct public outreach to support the bid. They pledge to do their utmost to ensure Taekwondo is recognized as a shared cultural asset and intangible heritage of humanity. A play that inspired Nobel laureate Han Gang to write a song has returned to the stage, drawing a strong response from the audience. Theater company Violet is presenting December Tale at Art Space Banjul in Seoul's Dongnogu district to mark the first anniversary of Han's Nobel Prize win. Revived 2 decades after its original run, the play centers on 8 strangers who gather by chance in a cafe on a winter night, sharing past wounds and long-held affections. Han Gang, moved by the premiere 20 years ago, went on to write, compose, and even perform a song of the same title. The production is now taking a brief break before returning for an additional run from December 23rd to 31st. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
"2025 was a full year of celebrating the normalization of diplomatic ties, which have been volatile over the years between South Korea and Japan, including through the many cultural events that we covered here on the Culture Wave. What's proving to be a steadying force are the conversations and relationships built by people across the two societies. Here's more from Arirang's Oh Soo-young.
25-year-old Hiyori Morisawa initially came to Seoul for a short exchange program, but ended up enrolling in a Korean university, withdrawing from her undergraduate studies in Japan.
While learning the language, I gained a deeper understanding of Korean culture. The concept of jong, an enduring sense of emotional connection. That experience made me feel closer to Korea and love it more.
She was one of the participants at the 21st Korea-Japan Speech Contest organized by the Japanese Embassy in Seoul. For 2 decades, people of all age groups have delivered talks on subjects close to their hearts in each other's language, showing how interpersonal connections have withstood political swings in bilateral relations. 16-year-old Bae Jin-woo says his relationship with Japan grew due to his love of ice hockey.
I used to play ice hockey, and seeing Korean and Japanese teams compete together showed me differences in culture and style, and how sport can serve as a bridge between the two countries.
A separate youth roundtable inspires cooperation and unity among young Koreans and Japanese against major challenges facing their generation. Part of Japan's Genesis program that promotes understanding among young people in the Asia-Pacific. The most recent virtual session focused on disaster preparedness.
This discussion aims to explore how both countries can respond to natural hazards such as earthquakes and flooding, risks that can occur not only in Japan and Korea, but anywhere in the world. The topic was also deemed a shared priority when then Prime Minister Ishiba and President Lee Jae-myung met in September. Both sides agreed to strengthen cooperation and pursue joint preparedness efforts.
Participants shared how both countries respond during major emergencies.
I experienced the 2016 Gyeongju earthquake while I was studying in the library one evening, and I had to rush home. Earthquakes are far more frequent in Japan, which is why preparedness is essential. I wanted to compare how disaster readiness is approached in Korea and how response systems are structured in Japan.
Confronting shared challenges through dialogue beyond leader and government level, civilian exchanges are creating common ground over traditional sticking points and perceptions. This coming significantly in the 60th year of normalizing relations between Korea and Japan.
Communications in the private sector have rapidly increased. Japanese cinema is a blast in Korea, and also I believe that a Korean-Japanese director has made this amazing movie in Japan, which has also been a hit. These days, dating apps are even connecting Japanese people and Korean people within the private sector. Despite having political differences, despite having historical disputes, I believe that in the future, especially the younger generation, have a very optimistic future ahead of us.
While shuttle diplomacy strengthens top-level engagement, these people-to-people encounters are fortifying the foundation of future-oriented relations across all generations in Korea and Japan. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.
The Secret of Clay Figurines. Have you ever seen small clay dolls unearthed from ancient tombs of the Three Kingdoms period? These figures are called Tu, discovered in tombs from the Gaya and Sinla kingdoms. They're living records, capturing the rituals and daily lives of people from long ago. From dancers in motion to figures kneeling in prayer, they're small in size, but vividly portray the world of their time. Small in size, but vividly portraying the world of their time. To weren't just ornaments. They symbolized reverence for the dead and embodied spiritual beliefs. Discover Koreans' ancient culture and people, molded from clay, up close at museums nationwide.
Time for the latest in the world of K-sports, from year-end KBO awards to domestic football and a preview of the 2026 World Cup. We have it all covered with our sportscaster, Jason Lee. Jason, welcome back.
Hello, Jason.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's start with the KBO, which handed out the rest of their year-end awards by announcing the league's Golden Glove winners, as well as the league's Best Manager of the Year. So who are the winners? Let's first start off with the players.
Sure. Let's start off with pitcher. Let's go from 1 to 9. So at pitcher, the winner was Hanwha's Cody Ponce, who was previously named the league's MVP. So I think everyone saw this one coming. He won the league's pitching triple crown while also setting a new KBO strikeout record. So it was kind of a no-brain choice for him to win. Let me also note that Ponce will not be back in the KBO next season. He recently signed a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Toronto Blue Jays, who of course played in the World Series. So best of luck to him next season. At catcher, Doosan's Yang Lee-ji won his 10th award, which actually ties him with slugging legend Lee Seung-yup for the most Golden Glove awards during their career. First base went to Samsung's Lewin Diaz, who hit 50 home runs. That's the most ever by a foreign player in the KBO. And he also set a KBO record with his 158 RBI. There was a lot of speculation that he might get a decent contract from Major League Baseball, but he has actually decided to stay. He's back for his third KBO season next year. Second base went to LG's Shin Min-jae, who is a first-time recipient. Ditto the shortstop winner, Kim Ju-won of NC, who finally had a bit of a breakout in his 5th season as a 23-year-old. I've always liked his potential. He really hadn't put up the numbers until this year. Now he's the starting shortstop for the Korean national team when they were playing in Japan and as well against the Czech Republic. So perhaps some things to come out after a big breakout from Kim Ju-won, which I think is good not only for the NC Dinos, but for Korean baseball as a whole. The third base winner was none other than Song Sung-moon, who, of course, is waiting on a possible move to Major League Baseball. He has been posted, and teams have until December the 21st to sign him, so that's just 10 days away from now. We'll have some details on that hopefully soon. Outfield winners included KT's An Hyun-min, Samsung's Gu Ja-wook, and Lotte's Victor Reyes. Of course, An also won Rookie of the Year last month. He's the 9th ever Rookie of the Year winner to be honored with a Golden Glove award as well. Gu won his 3rd Golden Glove, while it was the 2nd straight for Reyes. And also the award for the designated hitter went to 41-year-old Chae Hyung-woo, who bettered his own record for the oldest ever winner of the award with his 8th overall award. And another story surrounding Chae Hyung-woo is that he is going back to the Samsung Lions, which ends a 9-year stint with the Kia Tigers. The Kia Tigers have not only lost Chae Hyung-woo, but also their shortstop, Park Chan-ho. So it'll be an interesting season and a tough task perhaps next year for manager Lee Bum-ho. And if you're wondering, wait a minute, why is there a Golden Glove award for the designated hitter? Isn't that a defensive thing? Do note that these awards in the KBO, they're basically given to the best offensive player at their position. So it's more like a Silver Slugger award in Major League Baseball compared to the traditional Major League Baseball Gold Glove awards.
Right. Wow, so much information, but all of the players will thank you for mentioning them. So congratulations to the award recipients. And now, I mentioned it before, but also they chose the best manager, the manager of the year. Tell us more about that.
Yes, that's right. This is actually the first time that they've actually awarded a manager for being the best at his job. And LG's Yeom-kyung-yup was given the honor after leading his Twins to the league's best record in the regular season, as well as their second Korean Series title over the last 3 years. He beat out Hanwha's Kim Kyung-moon, who was in second in league voting, and Lee Ho-jun came in third from NC. But Yeom-kyung-yup took just over 50% of the first place votes. I think he won with a 57% voting efficiency.
That's interesting, because I would kind of think, although this is the first time, we'll have to see what happens next year. But then, I mean, it kind of makes sense that the winning team's manager would receive the award, right?
Well, I think the other factor is, though, LG was such a good team because they also won the championship 2 years ago. So he had a good roster to work with. And, when you look at Hanwha, of course, they had a much better roster as well in terms of the foreign players. But at the same time, I think Kim Kyung-moon really helped develop some of his younger players as well. So there's a lot of speculation as to maybe he might win, but 57% still solid win for Yeom-kyung-yup.
Right, I guess a lot of factors that go in there.
Yeah.
And before we move on, you did mention earlier Song Sung-moon. He only has about 10 days left for a major league contract. What are your opinions on that? Do you think it's a possibility?
I think there's definitely a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see. It's certainly not a slam dunk. He did say himself at the award ceremony on Tuesday night that he didn't have any updates yet. And I would expect this to go probably right down to the wire later next weekend. The MLB general managers are currently at the league's winter meetings right now, where they just had the MLB draft lottery and where they do discuss a lot of stuff, including the future things of the league. They also discuss a lot of trades, and there have been some major league trades as well as a few free agent signings as well. But what usually ends up happening is it works from the top down. So the biggest MVP caliber players sign first for the biggest amount of money because you want to know where your team sits in terms of the top down, and then the let's say lesser players are usually kind of filling in the holes later on. Now, as you did mention, Song Sung-moon has just 10 days left to sign a contract, so GMs are aware of that, but they'll probably push that right down to the wire. I think some of the teams that we can expect to be considered would be the Angels, maybe the Giants, possibly the Padres, perhaps in a utility role. And I think teams like that, their names will start to surface maybe over the next week. But I think probably on the 20th or 21st, if he does sign with somebody, then I think it'll be on the last or the day before.
We'll probably talk about this later if we talk with you again in a couple of weeks.
Probably.
But before we move on, do you also have maybe some updates on Kim Ha-sung?
Kim Ha-sung, yeah, that's right. So he's a free agent as well and is still in search of a contract. He last played for the Atlanta Braves, and he was on the Rays before that. He chose to become a free agent, whereas he could have been playing for $16 million this year. But The thing with Kim Ha-sung is his agent is Scott Boras. And Scott Boras is the most notorious agent in Major League Baseball. He's notorious for getting his clients a lot of money, but he's also notorious for holding power and trying to wield it in his way to make him look good to perhaps future clients as well. And one of the things that he does tend to do is he tends to wait as long as possible to have his players signed because he wants to gain leverage. And this particular year, the free agent class for shortstops is not very good. So that gives Kim Ha-sung more leverage because Trevor Story's staying with Boston. Sure, Bo Bichette is a free agent, but his defense is nowhere near the level of Kim Ha-sung's as well. So I think the fact that Kim Ha-sung could afford to wait a little bit, put a little bit more pressure on teams that actually need a good defensive shortstop like Kim Ha-sung. And at that point, I think we can expect him probably to get a good, solid contract from a good team that is competing.
We'll have to see. Okay, Jason, let's now move over to soccer. So we now know most of Korea's opponents in the group stage of the World Cup next summer.
Yes.
So what did you think of the draw results?
Yeah, the draw, of course, a big televised event, and Korea got grouped with Mexico in Group A. Also in the group will be South Africa, as well as another country still to be determined. But what we do know is it will be one of either Denmark, the Czech Republic, Republic of Ireland, or North Macedonia. And we're going to know the result on that by March 31st. The fourth country, I think it's safe to say that we're all going to hope that it's North Macedonia and not either Denmark or the Czech Republic, who actually rank quite high in the FIFA rankings. Looking at the draw itself, I think Korea was lucky to gain South Africa as the team from the third pot, as they were the lowest ranked country from that group. So that was a fortunate draw for Korea in that way. But having the possibility of having to face either Denmark or the Czech from pot 4, when these are countries that basically rank around or in some cases above Korea in the international rankings, it's going to be tough. But, let's say they could have had a country like Haiti or Curacao from pot number 4 compared to Denmark or the Czech Republic. So you win some, you lose some. And I would say all in all, I think it's a decent result for Korea in terms of the draw itself. Among the pot 1 teams, Mexico was the second lowest ranked according to FIFA international rankings, but obviously they're a host country. So when a host country is playing in front of the home crowd, they're going to have an advantage, and certainly that's going to allow them to play well. I think just about almost every World Cup, other than one, the host nation has advanced to the second round. So we've got to assume that Mexico is going to be a favorite to advance. Korea's got to be up there as well, but it's going to depend on if it's Denmark that's in the group or North Macedonia. So we'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
Yes, it is an interesting group. I think there is possibility that we do make it out. However, it's not going to be easy depending, as you said, who makes it into the last slot. Now,
and also remember, because the format has changed for this year, typically, it's the top 2 countries that advance, but there are going to be wildcard countries that do advance as well. So you can finish 3rd in your group and still possibly advance.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go domestic now. Like some big news on the K-League is that it's now set for 2026 as their promotion relegation games were completed this week.
Yeah, some tough luck for those living in Suwon. They had a couple of teams competing in these relegation matches, and both of them did not go very well. Bucheon FC took both games against Suwon FC 1-0 and 3-2 for their first ever promotion to K-League 1. Meanwhile, Jeju SKFC held off Suwon Samsung 1-0 and 2-0. So they will remain in K-League 1 while Suwon Samsung return to the the second division league for yet another season. And Suwon Samsung is one of the big powerhouse teams that have been successful for many years in K-League. So to see them remaining in the second division, certainly very disappointing for them. Of course, Daegu FC were automatically relegated for finishing last among the K-League 1 teams this season, while Incheon gained automatic promotion for finishing first in K-League 2. I should also mention that Jeonbuk finished the league in first. That after being fourth place in the B level of K-League 1 last year. Of course, Ulsan Hyundai were the defending champions from a year ago, and they settled for third place in the B side of the league, so essentially finishing 9th overall in the standings. So disappointing season for Ulsan, while Jeonbuk are celebrating.
All right. Thank you very much, Jason. That's all the time we have. We're looking forward to our next sports segment with you, and have a great rest of the week.
Thank you,
I look forward to it. Thank you.
And thank you, Walter, as always. We're going to see you back here tomorrow, right?
See you tomorrow.
Okay. And thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. Please join us again tomorrow on Friday at 2 p.m. Korea time, and maybe one day here in Korea.